Aloha everyone, this is Lenora, Hawaii's Pickle Lady. Today I'm going to show you how to make Somen salad using fresh watercress and tofu. But first of all, I want to show you about the noodles. Usually they use Somen noodles, which is the Japanese noodles. And when you cook it, it looks like this. It looks just like Somen and has the same texture. But I buy this from Chinatown. This is a 64-ounce box of noodles. And inside there's a plastic bag and all these noodles are in there. And I usually transfer it to a Ziploc bag so that I can use it later, okay? And this is only in Chinatown. And so what I did was I cooked the noodles, and because these noodles are so soft like Somen noodles, you don't cook it too long. After you boil the water, then you cook it a little bit, and when it's soft, you take it out. And then you drain it, and then you wash it, or you run cool water on it because it has a lot of starch in it, and if you don't, it'll be all sticky. And to keep it from also being sticky, because sometimes you're not going to use it right away, you see that the noodles are fairly loose right now, because what I did was I put some oil and I kind of tossed it around. Now I can handle it very well, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a small amount. I usually like to use a big bowl, but I wanted to use a glass bowl so you can see how it looks like. So I don't have a deep bowl. So this is what I'm going to do now. You just put it in there. Just put it in the bottom of the bowl as much as you like. Now I said I'm going to do for the family in another bowl, but I wanted you to see how pretty it is when you have it in a glass bowl. Okay, maybe a little bit more. And this is a very healthy salad because you can see all the veggies are in there. Okay. Now I have some tofu, but because it's not a whole lot, I just bought a small box of tofu and I cut it into cubes. Cut it in half crosswise and then in lengths, about 1/2 inch or 1 inch cubes, however you like. So what you do is you just kind of put the tofu all over the noodles. Okay, the other thing I have to tell you about tofu is it has a lot of water. So you don't want the salad to be watery, so you have to take out the water. And what I did was I put some paper towels on a plate, and then I put the tofu on, and then I put a plate and then a heavy weight on it and let it sit for maybe about 1/2 hour and drain out all the water. And so now it's nice and dry. Okay, and I'm kind of putting it on the edge so that you can kind of see it after. Okay. Now, I have watercress, which in Hawaii, our watercress is very long, like about 10, 12 inches and a big bunch. But here the watercress grows very short, but it's still very nice. So I just kind of cleaned it and chopped it up. And now I'm going to add it on top. Okay, just put some watercress on. And watercress has a tang to it. Some people don't care for it, but I love it. Now I'm adding some diced tomatoes. And you see how colorful this is going to be. Okay, sprinkle your tomatoes all over. And these are fresh tomatoes. Now I chopped up some regular onions. And sometimes the onions are hot. They usually use red onions, but I didn't have. So to get that hotness out, what I did was I soaked it in water a little while, rinsed it out and drained it so that it's not so hot, okay? Next is some bean sprouts. Just put it all over. And these are fresh bean sprouts. A little bit more bean sprouts. And next one is some cucumbers. Now, I like to use the Japan cucumbers because they're more crunchy. But here I only had the American type cucumbers, which are kind of waxy, and I don't like that, so I peeled it. And we're just gonna sprinkle it all over. Okay. Next is something that we call Kamaboko, which is steamed fish cake. And it comes in a package like this. I left some uncut so you can see it. It comes on a board. It's sealed on it. And then what I did was took it off and I cut it lengthwise across. And then after that, I cut it the other way. So I ended up with sticks like this. So every piece of Kamaboko has that pink color. So it's really nice, okay? Okay, put the Kamaboko all over. And again, this is something you only can find in Chinatown. Next, I'm gonna put some canned red salmon that I've drained and kind of flaked up. And you can use pink salmon, but I prefer the taste of red salmon. It's a richer taste to me. And now a little bit more salmon. And that's it. Now the very last thing is the garnish. Some green onions. And you can make this salad ahead of time, like a few hours in the morning, and then serve it in the evening. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to make the dressing for this salad. And I'm going to take a garlic and I'm going to mash it up. And I'll put it in the bowl. And maybe a little. Okay, this gadget is really handy. It's a one-piece thing. And I used to peel garlic. I used to put it in a food processor. And it's a lot of headache to make. But with this, it saves me so much time, you see. And this way you can have fresh garlic all the time. Okay, then all you got to do is add everything else. Sugar, vinegar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. And that's it, very simple. Now the original recipe had lots of oil, but I don't like a lot of oil with my dressings. So I cut it down a lot. They had regular like vegetable oil, but I don't even add that. To me, this is enough. So you just whisk it until it's done. And then I don't usually pour it over because the salad might get kind of soggy, and then not everybody would like this much dressing. So I just leave it on the side and let people take their own dressing, okay? See how it is now. It's just kind of make sure it's dissolved. And let me taste it to see. Good. Okay, now I'm going to try some of the salad. I'll put it in a plate. And you can see how nice it is. It's like a layered salad. This is the finished product. See how colorful it is? Anybody looking at this will say, wow, I want some. And I'll try it now. Now is my favorite time, the tasting. So I'm just gonna kind of get the tongs and dig under and grab some noodles and everything else. And wow, can't wait to eat it. Okay, Just get a little taste of everything. And I love the watercress in here too. I'm gonna put some dressing on it, just drizzle a little bit. And now for the test. Mix it up. Ooh, smells good. And all the textures in here, crispy, soft, tangy, everything. One of each. Really good. You got to try it. If you've never had Somen salad like this, you really like this one. And if you make this, I know you'll be making it again. And make it for a party or a potluck or a picnic. It'll be a big hit. So, if you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to comment and subscribe if you haven't, because it helps me to make great videos. And don't forget to click that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever we put out videos like this one. So if you have any requests, let me know. Thank you for watching. Mahalo.